Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a quick review on these convertible shoes by Mime et Moi. So Mime et Moi is already an established brand of shoes in Europe, but if I remember correctly, they had never shipped to North America before their latest Kickstarter. I've always wanted a pair of convertible shoes because despite the fact that I own over 80 corsets now, I have maybe 5 pairs of shoes that I wear on a regular basis. And to be able to switch out the heels of these sandals, I can wear them for many occasions. It would be great for weddings and barbecues this summer, and I can save on some closet space. I can also see these shoes being really useful for people who travel a lot because it saves space. It's one less pair of shoes you have to pack in your travel bag. I was hoping that buying one pair of convertible heels would be less expensive than buying a pair of flats and a pair of heels separately. Can I say that I succeeded on that? Well, it kind of depends on where you usually buy your shoes from. If you normally buy $500 designer shoes, then these ones are a steal. However, I have a history of replacing my running shoes with a $30 pair from the shoe store around the corner. So in that context, buying this pair of convertible shoes kind of ended up being more of a luxury purchase for me. Okay, so how much did these babies cost? Well, I went through their Kickstarter last year in June. So the initial cost of the shoes and a spare set of heels was 125 euros, which is a 50 euro savings from the price on their website right now. Shipping to Canada was another 25 euros, and it was delivered by DHL. And because it was delivered by DHL, then the taxes, duty, and border fees upon entering Canada was a whopping 88 Canadian dollars. And that's the part that really hurt. But I should know by now that anytime somebody ships by DHL, I'm gonna get docked a lot. But again, for context, the only other option of convertible heels I had seen in Canada was another brand that sells in downtown Toronto for $500 and up. So 125 euros felt reasonable in comparison. So like I said before, I had backed their Kickstarter project, and that ended in June of 2017, and I received my shoes in December, so it took about 6 months for production. That is later than they estimated, but as far as Kickstarters go, it's actually sooner or faster than other projects I've backed in the past. Of course, if you're purchasing a pair of shoes from their website, you don't have to worry about any wait because they're likely already in stock. The shoes themselves are beautiful, they're higher quality than I had expected, and they feel very sturdy. One of my friends asked whether the sole of the shoe feels floppy or lacks support, because some other convertible shoes out there on the market, some different brands, have a very flexible, almost floppy sole, almost like sticking a high heel onto a slipper. But these shoes by Mime et Moi actually feel quite sturdy, and according to their Kickstarter, there is kind of a hard skeleton inside the sole of the shoe, and it has hinges that allow the angle to change position. Then this whole area is padded over so you don't feel it. On that note, I do like the padded sole. It's very comfy on my feet. Of course, because it's been snowing for 5 months straight here, I haven't gotten the chance to road test these sandals for a whole day outside. I've only worn them for a couple of special occasions and changed into them once I was indoors, but I hope to be able to take them outside and do a full day of walking in them. The bottom of the sole is rubber and it has some tread. It's anti-slip, which is nice. I got the number 1 style in black, which is very simple. I wanted something simple and elegant and understated that could go with any outfit. When I looked at it on the Kickstarter, I thought it was just going to be a plain fabric, but it actually turned out to be suede. So if you don't wear any animal products, keep that in mind and go for something like the velvet instead. So all of the shoes come with the flat heels, and I chose the 10cm stilettos as my extra heel. So that is a 4-inch stiletto. And it's a true 10 centimeters measured from the back of the heel. The height of the heels don't change with the size of the shoe. So here I'm demonstrating how to change the heel. So first you pull the latch on the sole and you will hear and see the heel pop out a bit. There's a bit of a pop or a click, and you'll see a tiny gap where the heel of the shoe is no longer really attached to the sole. Then you can slide the heel off, and when you take the heel off, you'll see that there's a little bar on the shoe that inserts into any of their other heels. Close the latch on the sole to lock it, slide on your new heel, and then press down a couple of times to make sure that it's locked in place. You see the little ridges here on the inside of the heel? This is why you hear 2 or sometimes even 3 clicks sometimes when you press down on the heel, just to make sure that it's securely locked in place. The shoe will feel loose when it's flat, but then it will feel more snug when the heel is attached. So if you wear a half size, be aware of this when you're ordering. I usually wear around a 6.5 wide shoe in North America, but I went with a size 37 European size in these shoes, because I would rather them be slightly too loose as opposed to too tight. But one thing I feel that I must disclose, because this information only came on the pamphlet that came in the box with the shoes, I didn't see this information on the website or in the Kickstarter project, is that these shoes come with a weight limit. I don't know why, perhaps because some of the attachments at the heel are made from plastic instead of, say, steel, but Mime et Moi recommends that you not weigh over 80 kilograms or 176 pounds if you want to wear these and have the heels not fail on you. This information is something that really ought to be on their website, because what if somebody spends all this money to import the shoes and then find, once they finally receive the shoes, that they shouldn't even wear them because they're heavier than that weight limit? That being said, I have friends who do weigh more than 80 kilograms or 176 pounds, and they say that they've been able to wear these shoes with no issue. The heels haven't failed on them. So take that with a grain of salt. It would be great for Mime et Moi to eventually tweak their design so that people of any weight can wear their shoes, because I know a lot of people who weigh more than 176 pounds and they can wear high heel shoes just fine. But that's all I have to say about these shoes for now. All in all, I do like them a lot and I am impressed with the quality. They are more comfortable and better quality than I was expecting, and I know I'll be getting a lot of use out of them this summer. Give this video a like if you liked it, and leave a comment down below if you've tried convertible shoes. If so, which brand did you try and did you like them? Or leave a comment if you want to try convertible shoes someday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!